What's going on, everybody? MaxxWell Q here. Welcome back to the channel. So Make Beat Mondays are taking a little bit longer than I expected. I'm literally waiting on one thing from my graphic designer and then we're good to go. But I wanted to be able to give you guys content because I know I said I was going to give you content every single day and it hasn't been that way for the past 2 weeks. Mainly because I'm just waiting on little pieces here and there to finish everything up and then be able to distribute it out to you guys. So, but, you know, like I said, I want to give you guys content each and every day. So today we are going to do a little studio tour, as well as my mobile setup. I've gotten tons of questions on Instagram about it. Obviously YouTube, we haven't been around that much to get questions from you guys and see what you guys want from me. But you know, a lot of people on Instagram have been asking me about my setup, what I use, and all that. So today we're gonna get into that. So yeah, let's just jump on in there.
MaxxQ got another one.
All right, so we're gonna start with I guess the main big thing right here, which is my desk. I honestly can't remember who it's from. I do know that I found it on like eBay or Craigslist or something like that for $100. It's got everything you need. It's got the speaker, you know, mounts. It's got nice desk with pull out for your keyboard and whatnot. Honestly, I think when I move, I'm gonna get something new, but you know, this was good for the time being. It's fairly cheap, and it's held together for the past, I don't know, 5-6 years. So it's definitely, you know, it's definitely reasonable. I'm sure you could find it on, you know, Google or whatever and find something similar. It's a, I don't know if you could tell, but it's a red cherry wood. You know, and it does the job. But yeah, let's move on to the next piece, which obviously is super lit up. And that is my Akai MPK 49 Advanced. I had the MPK 49 and it broke on me, so I went and upgraded to this bad boy. I like it because it has enough keys in order for me to do what I want, have enough ranges, and then obviously you have your octaves right here. So if I want to go higher or lower, I have the option too. And yeah, I honestly don't use the plug-in thing that they have connected to it, just because it doesn't really work too well with my DAW, which is Reason. But you know, everything else works as far as the keys, the pads, even the knobs. They all work, and are all mapped to my DAW. I just don't use this feature because it just doesn't work all that well. But you know, it's a great MIDI keyboard. I want to say it was around $300 to $400. Might have even been more. Might have even gone up to $600, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But yeah, then next we got my KRK Rocket 6s. I've had these for, I want to say like 8 years now. You know, they do the job. I want to upgrade and get Atom A7s, maybe some Yamis in the future, but you know, this does what I need it to do for now, and I couldn't be more happier with them. I would, you know, they are cheaper on the cheaper side of monitors, but they for what I need them to do, they are perfect. They do have I would say a boost in the low end, so when you are mixing your 808s or your kicks, I would say if you do have these, make sure your levels are good and they're not clipping, because these are pumping out way more bass than it actually is in your DAW. And yeah, just good tip to make your mixes tighter when you're using these monitors. But overall, they are dope. I say if you were gonna get these, get the 6s or the 8s. Don't get the 5s. The 5s are good, but they're not like they don't hit as hard as the 6s or the 8s do. And this will give you a better reference for your mix than I think the 5s will. All right. So as you can tell, I use Reason 10. It's my DAW of choice. And I'm running it on my iMac. I don't want to say it's a 2017. I don't really know all the specs on it. I'm not a computer guy. But I like Mac personally. I've used Windows before, and I just didn't like the speed of it. I didn't like the response. I also didn't like how, there's sometimes there's always like bugs and all that. So I wanted to get something that was reliable. And for the past 2 years that I've had it, it's been great. I used to use only laptops, but I wanted something for home. I wanted something that God forbid I ever lost it or got stolen, or the other thing is I've had numerous Mac laptops, and after 5 years they start to crap up. So I was just like, you know what, let's at least have a home studio set up. Let's have a desktop so that I can it's here and I have my space. I believe it's an 18-inch, 19-inch, something along those lines. But I love it. It's great. But I also have two hard drives. So this is my main one for music, and then this is a backup of, well, it's half a backup, half also all my graphic design stuff. I believe this one is a 4 terabyte. No, sorry. This is a 2 terabyte, and this is a 6 terabyte. This has some backups. This just has backups of Reason projects as well. Just so I don't ever lose these. I'm also going to end up getting another one of these, and then that's going to be my backup for everything. But make sure you have an external drive if you're a producer or an artist. It doesn't have to be a big one like a 6. It could just be a 2 terabyte like this one. But if your computer ever crashes on you, knock on wood so it doesn't happen to me, but at least you have a backup of all your music. You don't ever lose anything. You could also bring this around, and if you're in sessions with other people, you could then bring this to have your stuff with you, or pull up any projects or anything that you have, any music you have, while you're in another session. So I say the most important thing out of anything you could have when you're doing music is these external drives. They're a lifesaver. I also have a flash drive, which I don't know where it went, but the flash drive is good to have for you going into sessions, or you're meeting with artists or whatever to show beats. Just have a small little flash drive, something you could just pop in and you could just show them all your stuff, so you don't have to run be sitting there looking for beats on a big ass external hard drive. You just have a flash drive with what you need right in there, ready to go. So next, I guess we will talk about my laptop since it's sitting here. I also have an iMac, or sorry, not an iMac, a MacBook Pro. It's the 13-inch Retina one. And this is part of my mobile setup. I also use it for other work as well, but it's mainly for my mobile setup when I am on the road and need to be cooking up, or just need to have work, be able to do work and whatnot throughout the day. It's, you know, it does the job. Like I said, I like Mac over PC, so that's why, you know, I run it, and that's why I got it. Sitting right next to it is my Audio Technica headphones. I forget what model is this? The ATH50, I think. These aren't the X's. I had the X's in white, but I lost them at a studio session, and I have no idea where they are. Nobody says they have them. I bet you somebody stole them. It is what it is, but you know, these are great. I just use these more for listening and reference. I don't really use them for mixing. I don't personally like mixing in headphones. I know some people do, or just to test the mix, but personally these are just to, you know, if I'm cooking up by myself or cooking up in a room full of a lot of other people, and I just, you know, need to listen to what I'm cooking, you know? So, those are those. I got, obviously, my mouse and keyboard under here, both wireless. It's better for me and this setup. The wires don't really extend all that long, and you know, the only downside is when you're working on a project, especially with the mouse, is when that dies. But it doesn't take, you know, very long to charge, so you know, it's not that big of a downside. This isn't really part of my studio, but obviously I got the cool lights hanging up, catch a vibe. I also got lights in my hi-hats, so make it nice and purple and vibey in here. Next, I guess we will go into what's behind my laptop, which is my audio interface. I have the Focusrite 2i2. It does the job. It's perfect for what I need. I don't need a huge interface. I definitely want to upgrade to the Apollo at some point, but if you, as a lot of you probably know, it's like ridiculous money. What is it, like $3,000 or something like that? So yeah, we're gonna wait till I move and, you know, upgrade all my equipment to do that. But this is perfect for you know, a home studio setup. Anybody that's trying to record music, I highly suggest the 2i2. Even if you're just, you know, whether you're producing at home and making beats, or you're recording yourself at home, it's a perfect little interface for you and does the job. Next, obviously below it, you can see I have the Akai MPK Mini. Now this is part of my mobile setup, but is also part of, is going to be part of all the Make a Beat Mondays. It's been part of Make a Beat Mondays on my Instagram, but it's also just a nice cool MIDI keyboard to have for when you're on the road, not in the stew with one of these. As a lot of you know, I used to use my machine for all my Make a Beat Monday vids. I also used to use this a lot, but it ended up breaking on me, and I don't really know how to fix it. So I just came to the conclusion of, yeah, I'm not going to use it anymore, and I'm just going to get something new, and this is what ended up being the new thing. I never really used machine as far as the DAW. I just used it as MIDI. So, you know, it's not the end of the world that it doesn't work anymore. I could just use this instead. And now, obviously, you guys see that I got some wires hanging out of the out of my Scarlett, and the reason being for that is because I have a bunch of other cool things in this corner. So we will get into those things right now. So I grew up playing guitar and bass, so I have all of them here. And I still incorporate these instruments within a lot of my beats. So first we have this thing on my wall. It's a Yamaha acoustic. I honestly think I got it for like 200 bucks. It's just a cool, cheap guitar that sounds well. I sometimes use this for recording. I honestly had this from when I just used to play and never got rid of it. I'm hoping to use it within a few records at some point soon. But there's that. And then right below it, we have my Gibson Les Paul. I've had this guitar for about, since I was 13. Or no, I think like 14, 15. So probably like, 14 years, 15 years? You know, it's my baby. I love it. It's got a few nicks, but I love this thing. I wouldn't play guitar with anything else, honestly. And then off to the left, we have my first guitar ever, which is a Squier Fender Strat. I ended up giving it to my brother when he learned how to play guitar, but I never, you know, I guess he ended up upgrading and he didn't need it anymore, so I took it back. And you know, it's good to have to remember, you know, where you started and all that. And you know, you never know, someone just might want to play that instead of this, so it's always good to have around. And then next to that, in the same exact color, is my Fender Squier bass. I had another bass guitar and I can't really remember what exactly happened to it or what the brand was of it. But I wanted to have another bass for you know, to lay down on some beats. So I ended up picking up this one. I think I got it for like $100, $150, something like that. And it does the job. It's nothing crazy, but it's definitely dope. And you know, like I said, it does the job. So I can't complain all that much. What else do we have that I could show you? Obviously, you see I got all my foam pieces on the side or on the wall, all hung up and on the side. I'd love to give a huge shout out to my sponsor. Wow, why am I blanking on their name? Sound Addicted. They have all your studio foam needs. They have they got bass traps. They also have foam risers, but I ended up giving mine away in a contest, so I don't have those anymore. But yeah, they make the best studio foam out there. They also have covers for MIDI controllers. Like they do it all. They have a great customer service. Their team is great, and you can get, hold on, you can get 20% off by using my code. I'm gonna leave it down below here. It's MaxxWell Q20, and you can get 20% off your purchase, which makes these like incredibly cheap already, because I'm pretty sure their bundles go for like 20 bucks. So with the 20% off, you're looking at like $5, or you're looking at like 15 bucks for a whole pack of them. So it's really dope, really affordable, and yeah. So if you want to use that, coupon code is going to be down below and also in the description as well for you. Alrighty, so let's just get back into it. there's a few things that I want to show you guys, and then we're gonna call this a wrap. But all right, so there's a few things in here that aren't really studio equipment, but I have in here, and I figured I might as well just show you guys, tell you guys a little bit about it. These are some speakers that my father gave me. I can't believe I just called him father. I've never really said that. But they are the Sonos Faber speakers. Now, before I had my KRKs, I was using some booty speakers that I got from like what was I using? Like a stereo, like a boombox or whatever. And when I moved, my dad was like, you know, we're not using these anymore. So if you want to take them, you could take them. And before I got the KRKs, they were my speakers or my monitors for a little while. They're not all that great, but definitely helped me learn a lot about mixing. And I still use them for reference speakers every once in a while. But, you know, I figured I'd show you guys them since they are sitting in here, and I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of comments like, what are those? So, yeah, we'll just talk. Just, you know, these are speakers that I had. They're great because they match the desk, but I don't really use them all that much anymore. But, you know, they were part of my studio setup at one point in time. And I just never really got rid of them. So yeah, they kind of just sit here for show now. And then lastly, one thing I want to show you guys is this little sign right here. And the reason why I want to talk about it is because every single person that sees it in any of my videos always asks me where I get it. And so my brother ended up actually getting it for me for my birthday. But he said he got it on Etsy. You can make them with any of your logo, whatever logo you want, get whatever neon lights you want. And it just plugs in as a USB. I have it connected to my multi-port, which, also houses my, the wire for my audio interface, as well as the wire for my, MIDI controller. So, but yeah, that's about it. That's mainly, you know, my studio setup. I hope you guys enjoyed. You know, if you have any questions about my equipment or where I got it, you know, you could always message me or leave a comment down below. You know, going to respond to everybody as well as I possibly can. And yeah, that does it for today. I will see you guys tomorrow for How To Tuesday, and next week we should be good to go with Make a Beat Mondays. I really do apologize for the delay. I'm just waiting on this one little piece from my graphic designer, and then we're ready to go, and those are going to start coming out. So I'm hoping for next week. If not, it's obviously going to be the week after, but we're really pushing for next week. So thanks. If you like this video, obviously please give it a thumbs up. You don't know how much that does for me as well as this channel. And obviously the more people that we get subscribed to this channel, the more stuff I'm going to be able to bring you guys. So, you know, if you could share this video or whatever to help me out, but also help you guys out as well, that would be very much appreciated. I will catch you guys tomorrow, and I hope y'all have a dope day. Peace.